Hi, students, let's get started with the subject Social Science, Chapter 2 Oceans and Continents. The ocean is everything. It covers 7/10 of the terrestrial globe. Its breath is pure and healthy. It is an immense desert where man is never lonely, for he feels life stirring all around. The ocean is the vast reservoir of nature. The globe began with the ocean, so to speak, and who knows if it will not end with it. Jules Verne, 1870. Let us return to our globe and rotate it gently. Or look at the picture of the Earth seen from the moon. What is the most widespread color you see? Blue, obviously, but what does it represent? You must have guessed the answer. It is water. This means that most of the Earth's surface is actually covered with water, almost 3/4 of the surface, in fact. That is why, when seen from outer space, the Earth appears mostly blue. Indeed, early astronauts lovingly called the Earth the blue planet. The largest water bodies we see on the globe are called oceans. But in the picture of the Earth, you can see at least one other color, brown. This color is that of land, which covers a little over 1/4 of the globe. A large body of land is called a landmass, and a large continuous expanse of land is called a continent. Both oceans and continents play a vital role in shaping the climate of the Earth. They affect all aspects of life, including all plants and animals, and therefore, human life too. We see their impact throughout our history and culture, and in our daily lives. The distribution of water and land on the Earth, as it happens, oceans and continents are not distributed equally between the northern and southern hemispheres. Let us examine the two maps. Here too, the blue areas consist of oceans, along with their smaller extensions, which have various names: sea, bay, gulf, etc. The oceans together hold most of the water available on the planet. But this seawater is salty and unfit for consumption by most land animals, including humans. On the other hand, freshwater makes up a very small proportion of the planet's water resources. It is found in glaciers, rivers, lakes, in the atmosphere, and also underground. The last is called groundwater. Oceans, on the world map in Fig. 2.3 on page 32, we can observe 5 oceans: the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Arctic Ocean, and the Southern, or Antarctic, Ocean. Although we have listed 5 oceans, it is clear from the map that they are not really separate. The lines that divide them on the map are no more than conventions. The natural world does not follow such boundaries. Seawater, for example, constantly flows across different oceans, sustaining a rich diversity of marine life. Many plant and animal species can be found across multiple oceans. The marine flora includes tiny plants called algae and all kinds of seaweeds. The marine fauna consists of thousands of species of colorful fish, dolphins, whales, and countless mysterious deep-sea creatures. Each part of the ocean, from the sunlit surface to the dark depths, has its own diverse life forms. It is visible on the map that the Pacific Ocean is the largest of all, followed by the Atlantic Ocean. The Indian Ocean is the third largest, while the Southern Ocean is the fourth. The smallest one is the Arctic Ocean. Oceans and disasters. Returning to the picture of the Earth at the start of this chapter, you may have noticed white shapes across the globe. Did you guess what they are? They are large masses of clouds. Such clouds bring rain to the continents. For instance, the monsoon rains we in India expect every summer originate in the ocean. Without such rains, our agriculture and all life will suffer. But oceans often also give rise to storms, violent events with extreme rainfall or very strong winds, such as cyclones, which can cause widespread damage to coastal regions of the world. A tsunami is another natural disaster that originates in the ocean. It is a huge and powerful wave generally caused by a strong earthquake or a volcanic eruption at the bottom of the ocean. Tsunamis can travel thousands of kilometers and submerge coastal areas, causing widespread damage. Continents are visible on the map of oceans, Fig. 2.3. How many can you count? The answer is not so simple, as they can be counted in several ways. Depending on our choice, we may list any number of continents between 4 and 7. Here is why. North America and South America are generally considered to be two continents, but if seen as a single landmass, they can also be considered as one. Europe and Asia are generally considered as two continents, although the map makes it clear that they form a single landmass. For historical and cultural reasons, Europe's evolution has been very different from Asia's, which is why they can be seen as two continents. Geologists, however, often regard them as a single continent called Eurasia. Africa and Eurasia are generally regarded as two continents, but sometimes as one. Islands. If you have carefully observed the two maps earlier, you may have noticed that the continents do not include all landmass. Some smaller pieces of land are left out, surrounded by water on all sides. They are called islands. Continents are also surrounded by water, but because they are so large, they are not considered islands. There are lakhs of islands on the planet, of very different sizes. Oceans and life. Oceans and continents are vital parts of the environment and affect most aspects of our lives, even if we do not notice it. We have mentioned that oceans send rain to the continents, and this is part of the Earth's water cycle, which you will further study in science. Without oceans, for 38 exploring society. India and beyond India and the world, land and the people instance, there would be no rainfall. The earth would be a desert. Moreover, more than half of the world's oxygen is produced by the ocean's flora, which is why they are called the planet's lungs. The oceans, therefore, play a crucial role in regulating the climate and sustaining life on Earth. Oceans have deeply impacted humanity in many other ways. From early times, people have used oceans and seas to migrate to other regions, to trade in all kinds of goods, to conduct military campaigns, and as a source of food through fishing. Oceans have also nourished the cultures of coastal people all over the world. Almost all of them have tales and legends about the sea gods and goddesses, sea monsters and treasures from the sea, the ocean's dangers but also their blessings. Before we move on, the Earth's surface has vast water bodies called oceans and large land masses called continents. Oceans are interconnected. Continents may be counted in various ways. The most common count is 7. The Northern Hemisphere has more land than the Southern Hemisphere. 392 oceans and continents. Oceans support all kinds of marine life and play a critical role in the world climate. They are now seriously affected by human activity and need our collective protection. Thanks for watching.